All right, welcome to this video. My name is Fidel Wonderman. The name is actually Fidel Pets the Wonderman, but some jolly good fellows just call me Fidel Wonderman. I'm just going to show you an introduction to CorelDRAW. I'm going to be doing different videos on CorelDRAW, okay? So what you should do is to keep following each video I release on my YouTube page. Make sure you watch them one after the other, and over time, trust me, you're going to learn a whole lot. All right. So you don't need to keep crying about who to help you, who to teach you how to design and all of that like I did. I cried, man. It hurt me so much back then, knowing that nobody wanted to show me anything. Nobody wanted to teach me how to use CorelDRAW. I had friends who could design very well, but when I asked them to teach me, they keep telling me, no time, no time, no time, stuff like that, until I had to struggle and learn it myself. So I am giving you all of these lectures absolutely free of charge. All I need you to do is just to show a level of commitment by watching these videos, liking the videos, commenting, so I will know that you are actually watching. Okay, when you comment, I'll know your area of interest and what you would want me to do, where you have challenges on CorelDRAW and you want me to do a video on that. If it is from the comment section, I will be able to see all of that and do just that for you. I do hope that sounds real good. Okay, let's have fun doing CorelDRAW. First of all, the name is CorelDRAW, not CorelDRAW. I hear a lot of people call it CorelDRAW. I think choral is actually the name given to a group of singers, like the choir. So in the church, they'll say the choral group. We have different choral groups here to minister. So this is an application. It is not a singing group. It is not a church choir. So why do you call it choral? CorelDRAW. No, it's not CorelDRAW. It is CorelDRAW. You can see from the name right here where the cursor is, CorelDRAW X7. The X there means 10, and then 7 plus 10 making it 17. So what I'm using is Corel 17. I know there are higher versions, okay, and all of that, but the 17 to me is dope. Okay, now I want to start from scratch. Let's go. That's why I'm starting even from the name, so you know exactly what you're doing. Now, when you launch the application, I would have loved to launch it from the beginning of the video, but sometimes it takes a long time to open, so I don't want this video to be too long with me boring you with too many talks. I know you want to see action, so let's go there. Now, when you click on the CorelDRAW icon, this is what you see. And then this is for new documents. This is for templates. I'm not much of a template person, so I really don't like doing templates that much. Even if I have to clone a design, I prefer to look at the design and do it on my own instead of cloning, instead of using templates. But then you want to use templates for certain things. So maybe for a beginner, it's not a bad idea. I'm just telling you my older opinion. Then this is for your recent files. Now everything you see here, like this, they are all my jobs that I have done recently. Okay, now let's create a new file. You come to new document, you click, and then this is what you see right here. You should give it a name, give your job a name. Always remember to save your work. Remember, this is a lecture. I'm not just showing you things. I have to teach you some secrets too. Learn to save your work right from scratch. You know why? Because CorelDRAW can be very funny. You could just be working and then the next thing, it closes on its own, or it just crashes. So make sure you always save your work. Even if it's going to be on autosave, please remember to save your work and save with the actual name, so you don't have to stress yourself so much looking for a particular file later on. So we're just going to name this lesson 001. Okay, let's call it Corel. Oh, come on now, you. I'm gonna use my okay, so let's say it is Corel. Remember, it is Corel and not Corel. Okay, not CorelDRAW, but CorelDRAW. So Corel lesson 001. Here if you go come to this place, this preset destination, you see custom, you see Corel Draw default, you see default CMYK, default RGB, and what have you. Now, I'm just going to leave it on custom, okay? Because I've already set it on default RGB before now, so I'm just going to leave it there. Custom. Now, you may wonder, what is the difference between these two, CMYK and RGB? These are color modes. You still see them somewhere else. When we get there, I will explain. Now, for size, this is one of the most important things. I think this is important as the name of the file, if not even more important than the name of the file. I'm talking about the size. Do not just be in a hurry to start designing. Oh, guy, why are you talking plenty now? Start this design. I want to see you do signs and wonders here. Take it easy, okay? You need to understand how signs and wonders work. Otherwise, you might just be experiencing magic or sorcery, thinking what you are experiencing is signs and wonders. So you have to be patient to follow details. Now, for size, you click on this size bar. What is there already is A5. Now, you make sure you select the actual size you to use for your design. For those who want to design something like a billboard, big banner, anything large format, make sure you start your design with a small size like A4 or A5 or A6, and this is where you find them in this menu. This drop down menu right here is where you find all of that. So you scroll and then you see A0, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6. A6 is that small handbill, the one I think they call is it the one they call flyer? Sometimes I wonder which one is flyer, which one is handbill. They use them interchangeably. Okay, there is a normal handbill, which is like half of the normal white sheets you use to print your letters. That white sheets of paper you take to the business center to print your letter, your official letter, with which you do your application for a job or what have you. Now that white paper is A4. That is this A4 you see here. That's it, A4. Now, when you divide that paper into two equal halves, you put it straight like portrait. Now, you fold it into two equal halves. The size you get, which is half of it, the size you get when you fold A4, portrait A4 into two equal halves, what you get is A5. That's the size. Now, when you fold that A5, that's the size of your handbill. Now, when you fold that A5 into two equal halves again, that size you get is A6. But let me tell you this, A0 is very large. A1 is, smaller than A0, and then A2 is smaller than A1. One copy of A1 will give you two of A2. It's the size big the almanac, the big ones we usually hang on the walls in our house, in our office, and so on. And some people do posters of that size too. That's A2. Then A3 is those ones are called small poster. They are not as small as A4. Now A4, when you join, you lie A4 paper on the landscape orientation. I think that's horizontally, and then put another A4 beside it. The full size is A3. That means when you divide one A3 into two equal halves, what you get is A4. The same for A4 and A5. You divide one A4 into two equal halves, you get A5. So I'm just trying to paint a mental picture of the actual size of each of these parameters you see here. And then from there, we go to the units, the SI units. This is millimeters you see here. If you click on it, you see different units. You see inches, millimeters, picas, points, pixels, so many of them like that, feet and so on. Now when you want to resize, please use feet. Okay, so when you maybe you've taken a measurement of a big size, a billboard. Like I've done a billboard of 20 feet by 40 feet before. Yeah, that's a very big one. 20 feet by 40 feet. You take an actual tape measure to do the measurement in feet. Please do not measure the design physically in feet, and then you on CorelDRAW you come and put it in centimeters. You may spoil things for yourself and for your clients. Whatever whatever units you use in taking your measurement, make sure that's the unit you use for the final enlargement of your job on CorelDRAW. If, for instance, stickers now, someone wants the exact size of a particular sticker that they like. They saw it, they like it, and they want you to reproduce that particular size for them, maybe with the same design or another design entirely. Now you take a meter rule and what you call ruler, and then you measure it. Maybe you measure that sticker in inches. Make sure you come here and put inches. Okay, so don't measure in inches and then you come and do your designs in millimeters. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Whatever unit you use in taking your measurement, make sure that's the same unit you use on CorelDRAW for the final job. Remember I said for the final job, that means I can measure in feet, but then do my designs in millimeters, and then maybe with A5 or A6 or A4. And then when I'm done designing in that small size, I send it on social media or via email to the client. If the client is far away, let the client look at it. If the client okays it, then I can do the enlargement in feet. You get the trick, because if I design in feet, number one, it's going to take me a long time to finish, because sometimes, when the design is a very large one, you're designing with a very large format, the system can slow you down. You want to edit one thing, you want to move something somewhere, it can start rolling and rolling and rolling. That's annoying kind of rolling, and that gets you angry and upset, because it will take your time. And secondly, when you design in that large format, let's say you need to send it online, the file will be too big, too large for you to upload online. Even when you want to send it to someone, it will be too large for you to send online. Remember, platforms like emails and even WhatsApp, they have limits of megabytes, or limits of megabyte they can take up and deliver for you. So that's why you need to do your initial designs with a small size, and then when you're done, when you're okay with the whole design, you can now blow it up, take the actual size, do the final enlargement. For me, I like to do my enlargement myself, so I will take my time to attend to every detail well before going to the printing press to do the final printing. So that is it for the unit here. So we are using millimeters. That's the one there by default. And then if you want to do, let's say you want to enlarge now, you can just take maybe feet. That's what you're using. You want to enlarge to whatever feet or in pixels. Take the unit here, and then you come here and fix the figure for the width, and then fix the one for the height, and you're just good to go. Then number of pages, you really do not need this, but if you say you want number of pages to be there, you can just use the up button here. You see the number of pages increasing. That's increased from 1 to 6. I can increase it more to 8 to 9 to 10, and then I can still reduce it. So for me, I really don't like touching that. I leave it at 1. Just leave it as 1, so only one page will open. Because if I want to do more pages as time goes on, there are two ways or different ways by which you can add more pages. So why do I want to start adding pages now when I'm not even sure if I would need them, if I would use them? Okay, so one page is enough for a start. Then I told you when I come to the color mode, I was going to do a little explanation. Primary color mode, click. You can see RGB and CMYK. I'll tell you what they mean. RGB simply means red, green, blue. CMYK means cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. This cyan, some people will look at it and mistake it for blue. Okay, some would call it blue, but it's not really. Blue is cyan. That's the official name for it. And then blue has its own color. It's different from cyan, but they are just like different shades of the same color. And then magenta, it tends towards red. Then yellow is not tending towards anything. Yellow is just yellow. And then black is just black. And I guess, when you mix all the colors in the word together, what you get is black. So now I want to use RGB. I like using RGB for my designs. You know why? Because RGB colors are brighter. They are usually bright and lovely. The only RGB color I am not so okay with is the cyan, RGB cyan. I prefer the cyan of CMYK. It's more beautiful. It's more catchy, than that of than that of RGB. But then a lot of designers and printers argue about this. When we say printers in this graphic design stuff, when we say printers, we don't mean the machines that do the printing. We mean the people who handle the machines, who do the printing. We do our designs, we take to them, and they print for us, and then we deliver to our clients and collect our money. So now, for many designers and printers have argued this. Some say that it's not good. It's not a good idea to design in RGB color mode because all the printers print in 4 colors, which are cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. So all the colors you see in this world, all the beautiful and flashy billboards you see, posters, handbills, brochures, calendars, almanacs, and so on, all the wonderful colors you see, they are of combination of color colors: cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. And that's true. So that's why some of them would rather want to design in CMYK color mode instead of RGB color mode. Now, knowing these things, why do some of us still choose to design with RGB color mode? The reason is that RGB colors are brighter. Yeah, someone argued this with me and we had to do practicals. Okay, maybe we'll have to do that also here. That's if time will permit us towards the end of this video. If I don't do that, you can put it on the comment section. Okay, no, I think we should do a different video for that later. So if you want me to display, to do designs on the screen to show you the difference between some of the colors, RGB colors, RGB colors and CMYK color, like let's check out their blue, their red, and all of that. You can put it on the comment section, and then when I see it, I promise I'll do a short video on that. It could just be that alone. Okay. Now, because I don't want us to be distracting ourselves from our main focus. So for resolution, the resolution is good, 300. You see, for people who put their resolution smaller than 300, please, there are machines that will not print your work clearly, especially pictures on your designs clearly if the DPI is outside 300. Some machines can do higher than 300, some machines can do lower, but most machines will not print less than 300 DPI. Yeah, I have a printer with which I print plastic ID cards, CD plates, and so on. Now, each time I want to print a plastic card and the signature on the ID card is not bitmapped to 300 DPI, the signature will not show. And if I print it like that, that place will come out being blank. The signature will not be there. That means I may now have to reprint that stuff. So that's why it's always good to preview your print from the printer's preview. Okay, it's always good to use the printer's preview when printing plastic ID card or certain things like that, so that you will see it just the way it will be when it comes out. So that's DPI you see there is very, very important. Preview mode, enhance. Yeah, okay, you really don't need to worry yourself about this. It's cool. All right, it's cool. All of this, nothing serious here. Okay, so you can leave the rest just the way they are. and then just OK it. Remember to save here, which we have done. We said the title of or the name of our file is Coral Lesson 001. So let's go. You click and watch. Wow, that's it. That is it. This is the work page. So this whole thing here, I was pointing at it with my finger. I forgot that it's a screen recorder I'm actually using, so it's not can video my hand. So this here is the work page. All right. It does not mean that you cannot work here or anywhere around it. Okay, you can work anywhere, but your designs should all your everything you want to do on the design should be within this page, within this shape here, so that when you export, everything within that place will be exported. It's not that you cannot export from other places, but this is to help you organize your design into a particular size so that you know what you're doing, you know that you are organized, you are not doing jagaban. You're not doing nonsense. Okay. Now let's just do a very quick work here, just in case you are new to. I'm actually doing this for new designers, people who want to start using CorelDRAW. That's why I'm taking a lot of time to explain certain things. So let's quickly do a logo. So I'll show you how to save. If I want to save just like that, I will not be able to save because nothing has been done. Let me delete this. Okay, so this is now highlighted because I have done something. Yes, even though I deleted it, I have done something. If I hadn't done anything, this save button would not have been highlighted. You see, just like this reverse button here is not highlighted. See, export is not highlighted because there is nothing here to export. You see, the page is still blank, nothing there to export. That's why the export button is not highlighted. So if I want to save this, I can just click on that save button. Remember, you have to do something before you save. Even though I deleted what I did, still the software recognizes the fact that I did something, just that I removed what I did. So if I had left what I did there, the export button would have shown up. So now I don't want to change the name. I'm still leaving it at Coral Lesson 001. So no need to do anything. If you want to save your work for another, so go and print somewhere else, and you know that you're using a high level of a high version of CorelDRAW. Say high level indeed. High level. I'm still saying high level. High version of CorelDRAW, maybe the latest version of CorelDRAW. Before you say you have the latest version, please make sure it is actually the latest. You are sure it is the latest, not that you are using an updated version and you say it's the latest. I'm saying this because a young man once told me, I asked him, do you have CorelDRAW in your laptop? He said, yes. I said, what version? He said, the latest version. Young man, what version? No, sir, the latest version is what I have. I said, come, can you just tell me what version is this one you call the latest version you have in your system? He now said, version 6. I said, excuse me? He said version 6. I said, wait, CorelDRAW version 6. Is it X6? He said, no, that's version 6. And I had to ask him where he got it from, because I know even Google will not have CorelDRAW 6. Even CorelDRAW company, the company producing the software called CorelDRAW, I doubt if they still have Corel 6 right now. Okay, so oh my god, I said, see, as I then just came out. So I said, do you know what we are buying today is version 17? Now you have version 6 and you're telling me it's the latest version. I hope you haven't been visiting some drug dealers. Okay, so make sure you're using you use a very good version. Okay, now if you're using a high version like mine is version 17, now some printers, some of the printing presses, the printing houses I go to print, some of them still use version 13. I asked one of them one day, why don't you guys want to upgrade to version 17, which is very good. Version 17 is a machine compared to 13. Why do you still work with 13? So they said because 13 is more stable, that Corel 17 crashes too much and it spoils jobs for them. But thank God, most of them are beginning to work with 13 now, because with 17 rather. I had to explain to some of them that when you print a job from Corel 17, the job usually comes out cleaner, brighter, and neater than when you print the same job with Corel 13. Somebody argued this with me, and we carried out an experiment right there at the printing press. And guess what? I won. I won the argument. So many of them started using Corel 17. Now, if you're using a high version like mine, maybe use Corel 17 or a higher version. If you want to go to the printing press, it's good you do a copy, save a copy. Just do save as, and it will bring you to the same place. Then you click here, see this place you have version 17.0. Click on it. You see older versions here. So I can choose versions 13. See, 13 is there. So if I save this job with Corel 13, it means wherever I take it to, someone who has version CorelDRAW 13 can open this job, or any higher version can open this job. But from 12 and below, anything lower than 13 will not be able to open the file. So that's why you should always have a separate file of a lower version. Okay, step it down to a low version like 13 before going to print. So you can go with maybe 2 or 3 files, like 1 or 2 files of Corel 17, 1 or 2 files of Corel 13 of the same job. So in case there is a mix up somewhere, why you need to go with 2 of the same files, just name it maybe 1 and 2, Corel lesson 1, Corel lesson 001, 2, Corel lesson 001, something like that. Why you have to do like that is that sometimes Corel files can be very annoying. You might just go all the way to the printing press and realize that that single file you took there is not opening. So to save yourself all of those trouble, save the files in like 2 or even 3 different places. You can do them 1, 2, 3, or Corel lesson 001A, Corel lesson 001B, Corel lesson 001C. Now the last one, you could just do maybe the C file, Corel lesson 001C, or Corel lesson 001 number 3 file. You could save it as 13, okay, just in case you will need it. So I'm going back to my version 17. Now the file is there. I'll just click save. Make sure you select the actual folder where you want the file to be. So I click save. Now let me just so before I round off, let's do a design. So at least you see that we did something. Okay, yeah, I didn't just talk and talk and talk, talk in a way that sleep is even catching yourself. Now, very quickly. Okay, I didn't talk about the page orientation. Sorry. You see these two here, this and this. These are page orientation. Now, when the page is straight like this, standing tall, standing slim and tall, like this, when it's standing like this in portrait format, it is actually a portrait. Okay, this portrait. Now, if you want it to lie down, you want it to be the other way around, you can just click here. See, that shows you landscape. You see it. So it is longer sideways than it is at the heights. Okay, so let me quickly do something. The GTB logo, that Guarantee Trust Bank logo, is one of the easiest logos to design. Yeah, so watch, we can do this in 2 or 3 minutes. Watch it now. So I've created my rectangle. I'll just come. Remember, GTB, the official color is basically orange. So I'll color this orange. Remove the line. How do we remove outline? You see, if you look clearly, you see black lines at the edge. Okay, we'll call it outline. So I want to remove this black at the outline. So 2 ways. Either I'll change the outline to the outline color to the same orange, I can take this orange from here. But since I clicked on it the first time, it's already showing up here. If I click on another color, it will also show up here. So I can take this color from anywhere, from here or from here. So now just let your eyes follow the cursor very fast, okay? Now from here, I can right click. Right click is, when you right click on the color, it will affect the outline, okay? If you left click on a color, it will affect the inside. Yeah, that's what we call the fill, okay? Fill color. All right, so I want to right click now. See, I right clicked on the same color that is inside, and that's how it changed to this to orange. So it's as if there's no outline. Now let me undo it. Ctrl Z. If you like, call it Ctrl Z. Anyone you call it Z or Z. Some children back in the days would even say Z. Okay, so that's to undo. Ctrl Z. Then another way to remove the color, the outline color, is to just click on, you see this box right here? I told you to please shine your eyes, okay? Shine your eyes whenever you're watching videos like this. You see this small white box with something like an X inside? Well, it's not a symbol of the X-Men. It's just to show you that with this button here, you can cancel color. I want to cancel with the color on the outline, not the one inside. So I'll do this, just right click on it. You see, it's gone. So these are the two ways you can do away with the outline color. Remember, the first one I said is to give the outline color the same color with what you have inside, so it will look uniform. And the other one is to just remove it completely. Okay, so, and then they have small white box inside also. Now just right click, press it down, and then move it. And then while I'm still pressing down my left button on my mouse, I will also press down the right button on my mouse, and then let go of the left one. I'll let go of the left button, yeah, and then remove the right one too. You see, so that's another easy way to copy. Okay. So I can reduce this. Let me put it here first and then color it white. Now I bring it in here. What do you see? This is the logo of GT Bank. So the next thing is just to put I think GTB here. I may not get the actual font right now, but yeah, that's GTB. Okay, and I guess that's a guaranteed trust bank. I may not get the actual fonts, but what I'm doing is not to do GT Bank's logo for them again. I'm just showing you something. All right, so is it here? Here, the middle, I think it's somewhere around here. Yeah, it's been a while I saw that logo anyway. So I can choose to give that one any color. No, that's a no. It's not looking real too good there. So white. So GTB. Select like that. Tap right. Yeah. So that's aligns everything to the right. If I select these two together like this and I tap on L, letter L, it aligns to the left. Letter R aligns to the right. Okay, so that's it. Now I will not just do this and export. If I export, when I want to view this, it will be too large. I won't really see the white edges around it, and I need to see those white edges around. So what I'll do, I'll just do this. I'll group. Okay. Oh, sorry, I missed it. That's why you heard that sound. So sorry about that sound. Okay, in case it hurts your ears. Control S. I beg your pardon. That Control S is save. Control G is group. I hope you've had dinner. Okay. With that, let me show you one thing again. Now, see where this thing is. It can be anywhere, even outside. Okay. As long as I've grouped it, I've grouped everything there. I can move everything as a single file. Now, when you have an item selected, now this is not selected. Now it is okay, it is selected. Okay, now when you have an item selected, you can simply and quickly move it to the center of your page just by tapping on letter P, not Control P, please. Control P is to print, but P alone on CorelDRAW is to move a selected item to the center of the page. Now watch this. You see, I just tapped on letter P now, and it's on the center of the page. Now, another thing I want to show you is to automatically fix a box to fit the size of my work page. Now, what I will just do is to double click on the rectangle tool. There's the rectangle tool here, just in case you are looking for the cursor. Let me come back here. See the cursor? See, I'm moving to the tools bar. Now I'm on the rectangle tool. I'll just double click, do it sharply. 1, 2. You see that? You see? It fits perfectly. So no matter the size of your square or rectangle, once you double click on the rectangle tool, it automatically fixes the shape, be it a rectangle or a square. It fixes it on the work page automatically and perfectly. Okay, so watch what I'll still do. I'm gonna play a little trick here. So I'm gonna give that white, because if I don't give it a white background, when I export as PNG format, if I export it in PNG format, that background will be plain. If it gets to a platform where nothing is providing a white background, what you see all over that place will be black. So you need to understand all of these things. Now I'm going to remove the black outline. Remember, if I left click on this X here, this box carrying X inside, the color of the outline goes off. If I right click on it, the color on the inside goes off. So I'm left clicking to remove the outline. Then I select, and then let's export. Come here, export. Yeah. Okay, PNG format. Just in case you would like to change the format, this is where you click. You select any format you want here. But PNG is way to go. Look at it, export. Okay, one more thing, a dialog box will come up showing you what you want to export, and you have to just okay it, and that will be it. So it's coming in a moment. It's loading and loading and loading. What? We'll just wait for it. Okay, here it comes. Yeah. All right. So okay, and that's it. And then okay, that's it. So I end the video right now. Look for it in the folder where you sent it to. Actually, I'm so pressed right now. I need to go and urinate, so I have to stop this video. Thank you for watching. Remember to like the page and like the video and subscribe to my page. Leave your comments. I'll read them and attend to them. God bless you real good.